Welcome to my channel. My name is Spade Parkland. Welcome to Parkland Media. This video contains my fan theory for the show From on MGM+. This video contains spoilers. This video was not made from anything from MGM+ exclusive content. If the theory holds true, I just got it right. Subscribe, click the notification bell, thumb up the video, share your social media. If you want to support me and support the channel, you can join the channel membership, and or you can also support with the super thanks that is near the subscribe button. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the comment section. Christopher confronting the boy in white's confronting him. Victor reveals to us that it wasn't Jasper, it was the boy in white all along. How do you mess that up, Victor? How do you mess that up? You had one job to get us information. You misremember. You told us it was Jasper, but it's really the boy in white. Do you know how a colossal blunder that is? But he's got mental health issues. He's on the spectrum. That was 40 years ago. I understand. That would have helped a lot of us with theories. So if you had a theory like I did centered around Jasper, your theory has just been debunked unless Victor comes back later on and says, oh, got you. It really was Jasper talking. I played you, psych, psych, psych.
Your team sucks.
Victor is an unreliable narrator. I'm thinking Victor is somewhat solid, taking Henry down to the caves looking for Jasper. That whole expedition was for nothing because it wasn't Jasper. It was the boy in white the whole time. The boy in white the whole time.
Unfrickin' believable.
I don't believe nothing that comes out of Victor's mouth. And that's why I said in the beginning, who believes the spoilers? Because if you just believe it, you're no different than the townspeople believing the evil entity will give you gifts and bless you by you doing these rituals and having these burnt offerings. You're no different than just believing what you're told because people do little, we call them illusions now, but doing magic. And you thinking, oh, okay, well, dude can do magic. It's the 1930s. That's because of how I'm dressed. We're going through the Great Depression. The mind has been deactivated. Now it's just a cave. We're hungry. We're starving. We want to prosper. We want to live forever. We want a whole bunch of things. Dude comes up, makes a bunch of promises. You decide to kidnap kids, sacrifice them, have them wear christening outfits. You live in the cave so nobody can know what you're doing. You're moving stuff down to the cave to make it easier for you to adjust to the cave and make it easier to raise these kids, keeping them captive so you can sacrifice them, complete this ritual. And guess what? You got everlasting life. You ate from the tree of life like Adam and Eve would have been doing if God didn't kick them out the Garden of Eden. But guess what? Your everlasting life is a creature. We're believing that, and now we have everlasting life, but now you're a creature. Now you're a creature. You're not even human anymore. So you live forever, but you live forever and you ugly. Jasper was running around stalking Jade, scaring Victor. We're thinking, okay, Jasper is messed up. Jasper's messed up. Come to find out, Jasper was not yelling. It was probably the boy in white. I guess controlling Jasper, we don't know. We don't know. And then when we see Christopher holding the book, the blood coming down from the book with the symbols, that might have been the boy in white too. So for all we know, it was the boy in white all along. So I'm just like Christopher. You're a liar. This is Christopher saying this. You're a liar, talking to the boy in white. Everything here lies. Everything here does lie. Christopher is like, he ain't going. You're a liar. Everybody lies. Guess who's got their fist balled up? Guess who has their fist balled up? Chin held up. Squaring up with Christopher. saying that, you know what? I'm going to knock you out. You see his fist balled up? Look at that. Fist balled up, staring him down. Christopher does not have his hands balled up. And you want to know what's messed up about Victor? The way Victor remembered it in the previous episode when he was talking to Sarah and they had the whole going to the cellar with their whole tent and stuff, telling secrets. He showed Christopher looking weak, looking soft, looking weak and looking soft.
Sounds like Bussy talk to me.
Yeah, looking weak and looking soft. But you know what? Guess what? Christopher's looking like he's about that life right now. Christopher, back straight. Somebody's got his chin up. He's thinner. Hair looks better. Feet planted. 10 toes down. He's ready to knock the boy in white out. Boy in white's got his fist balled up. I think that this part of the conversation happens after the boy in white explains stuff, which we're going to see after I'm done running my mouth. The boy in white looks more like a teen in white now. He's done being a boy. He's like, you all are not going to do what I want you to do. He might grow up and be a man and just be the man in yellow and just show us his real colors. Show us his real colors. And then you got to really put him in his place. Notice that the boy in white had the same soldier stance that he had when Victor came up from the cellar and saw the carnage. People heard about going through the tree and leaving Fromville or saving the children and you'll be released. From Victor telling Miranda that, people overheard or Miranda told other people. People went into the faraway tree before Miranda or maybe afterwards. I don't know. Probably before, based off my current theory. They went into the tree before Miranda. Miranda may have sat back and watched everybody else go through. Coast is clear. She went in after them. Everyone else dropped into town from the sky. That's why they're scattered around like that. Creatures came and got them afterwards and did their thing. Miranda went into the tree. Maybe she fell from the sky too, like Victor did with the rock when demonstrating the faraway tree to Ethan. And when Victor came up from the cellar, the boy in white had the same soldier stance at the position of attention, looking at Victor the same way with the mean face. Like everybody's supposed to be unalived right now. You've survived. The boy in white is looking the same way. So the jig is up. The boy in white's trying to keep people there to do what he wants them to do. And now all of a sudden, when Christopher stands up to the boy in white, literally stands up, 10 toes down, looking straight at him, fist balled up. The boy in white looking like a shinobi, getting ready to punch him in his face, in his jaw. Victor's misremembering. He's remembering stuff out of order. Remembering stuff out of order because now, as Victor explains it, he doesn't start off with the beginning. He starts off with basically the ending and kind of goes backwards. And so what I'm also thinking is this. I think Victor may also have the ability to astral project. It's just that the reason why he's misremembering, and just hear me out. Spoiler alert, if you have not seen Agatha All Along, I'm not going to spoil any plot points, but I just want to use that as a reference point if you have seen that show. There's a character on that show. I won't take too much time with this. I just want to use this as an illustration point for those who have seen it or those who will see it so you understand, so I don't have to explain time travel. But someone who can perceive the past, present, and future of their lifetime all at once, when they talk to people or they're interacting with environments, rather, they're perceiving everything all at once to where it's difficult for them to not only remember stuff and concentrate, but to explain something. So to someone who perceives stuff like Dr. Manhattan, they have a hard time remembering stuff because everything is out of order, because their perception of time is not linear like it is for you and I. To someone who perceives everything all at once, there is no past, present, and future. They're experiencing their entire lifetime or experiencing all time all at once simultaneously. So you can't even tell them, hey, can I borrow $5 from you later on? Because they'll be thinking, because they're experiencing later on after they've given it to you, and they're like, I already gave you $5. I don't know, that's the best way to explain it. But anyway, so I think that Victor is misremembering. I'm trying to give him the benefit of the doubt and play devil's advocate. I think Victor misremembers, not just because of mental illness, not just because he may be on the spectrum, being autistic, and not only because it was 40 years ago, but I think it's because he experiences time different than the normal person. When he starts off the story, we just saw an image of them beefing, right? Now look at this. Now you got Christopher sitting down. He's intrigued. He has his attention to the boy in white. Boy in white is explaining.
He said the answers to the end are at the beginning. That it started with the children. What the others did to them.
What others, Victor?
The people they loved. The people they trusted. He said the children were born in the dark. And then they were murdered in the dark. But someone who loved them told them a story. The story gave them hope. And when the children laid on the stones, they poured their hope into the roots that made the symbol, and those roots became the tree.
The faraway tree.
The boy in white was trying to tell Christopher that to save the children, he would have to go through the tree. He wouldn't listen. He got angry.
Everything lies here.
Christopher wouldn't listen. So
What?
Christopher would go to the tree, so I told my mother what the boy in white said. That's why she left us.
Why wouldn't that tree work for everyone and not just Christopher? So I'm with Christopher when he says lies, because it wouldn't make sense. As far as to me, it just wouldn't make sense that you have a tree that is able to take you to the beginning to save the children, yet the tree only works for Christopher because he's selected by you, the boy in white. Why couldn't anybody just go? And that's why I agree with Christopher. You're a liar, boy in white. Everything lies here. And when Dale went through that tree, he ended up on the side of the pool, in the pool rather, on the wall. The other townspeople went through the tree, and I believe they dropped from the air onto the ground, and they just were out there maimed and became easy prey for the creatures. And that's the reason why Miranda went into the tree and fell from the sky, because the trees are just fickle, like Victor was saying, that either they're random or they're controlled by, let's say, the boy in white. So the boy in white controls who goes where. And I think that's the case unless your will is strong enough to circumvent his will and be able to go to where you want to go. But I think the boy in white is just controlling the trees, because Tabitha went to the lighthouse. The boy in white pushed her out and said, this is the only way. And I think the boy in white wanted Tabitha to get Henry, to bring Henry into Fromville, to set Jim straight so that Jim will leave Tabitha alone, so that Tabitha can do something to continue the boy in white's agenda. And with that logic, Christopher's right. Boy in white, you're a liar. Everything lies here. Everything lies here. Boy in white is, the whole time he's wearing white, you think white is maybe an angel or something good. In a sci-fi movie or sci-fi show, you can look this up. Characters who are usually evil, they wear white and take in the form of a child to manipulate confuse, and overall tell lies, half-truths, and misleading information.
Game over.
Christopher was right. Everything lies there. And then similar to how in the scene where Tabitha came back and said she went to the tree, went through the tree, and went to the lighthouse, went back to the regular world, everybody was like, why don't we all line up and go to the tree? Dale went first. They saw what happened to Dale, and then people decided not to do it. By seeing Dale go to the side of the pool, instead of all lining up one by one, which I think happened to people in the past, which caused the massacre, people were right to be cautious and let Dale go first, and for him to be the sacrificial lamb.
Flawless victory. Fatality.
This the boy in white right here. This is Victor chopping at the bottle's faraway tree, which is a faraway tree, and listen to this. Listen to this. Stop! 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 That's a grown man voice.